Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
I'm A15 PCA.
And we just finished up episode 9 of Star Trek Discovery Into the Woods. And right off the top, it's a better episode for the series.
Oh yeah,
but there's so many little things that happen that just bring
it down.
And little things that don't add to the story.
No.
Don't add to any of the narrative. It's just stupid things that they do that are like, the scene is stupid because it doesn't make sense with other scenes. So the one thing I do like about this episode, it doesn't jump around as much.
No.
You stay on the ship for a while, then you go to the Klingon ship for a little bit, and you go back to the Discovery. Not like the last episode, we just jumped back and forth like a million times. So we start out, and the ending of the last episode, that tomb grave ship is coming to that Pavin planet.
Yeah.
Because and of course, everyone knows, as soon as they find it, the Klingons are going to blow this thing up.
They're not going to care.
Yeah, because they're going to think they're on our side, and they're going to get killed.
They think they can communicate with anyone, like we said before.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to. They don't even talk to the Klingons in the episode. They don't even get a chance. But the episode starts out with that Vulcan admin basically giving the order of jump out of there, leave that planet behind. Yeah. We messed up.
Yeah.
And then the captain's like, well, these creatures were going to help us, so we can't just leave them to die. Yeah. And he's acting like a decent captain.
Yeah.
It's like Lorca does this stuff where I like him, but I don't freaking trust him.
I still don't trust him.
At this episode, I really don't trust him.
I don't.
But he does like these admirable things where it's like, oh, he's doing what any good Starfleet captain would do. But it's like, was there a secret motive?
Yeah.
But he just seems like he looks decent. Seems like a decent guy.
He didn't too bad. But then, so he did kind of what a Starfleet kind of would do. Oh, we'll go back. We'll use normal warp. So they know any minute when the Klingons get there, they can just forward jump right there.
And they're saying, basically telling the head engineer guy, if they're just say I want you to get checked out of sick bay, just so I can tell them that you were being checked out.
The guy who does the spore drive. Yeah,
the engineer. And I don't remember his name.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't care to remember.
So he didn't want to get checked out because the spore drives are messing with his brain. So he goes, captain's orders, he gets checked out, and then the doctor's like, no, I don't want him doing this anymore. It's really messing him up. But then Captain Lorca's like, too bad. Basically, so it goes back to Lorca being kind of a bad guy.
Like he's going back and forth in this episode.
So they're like, hey, we got 5 hours to figure out something to fix to get this to work. They go, okay, if we can get on the Klingon ship and we develop these sensors, and every time when they go into cloak, it'll be able to crack the code or whatever. But it'll take 5 days or something.
To get the cloaking frequency.
So can someone explain to me how this actually is going to work? They go, we'll do a bunch of mini jumps, and somehow that's going to speed up the processing? Is it because it's like a time flux or something?
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
They didn't really explain it.
I mean, I'm glad there was some science behind it, but not enough science on that point.
Yeah, it's like, okay, mini jumps somehow make the sensors that aren't on the Discovery go faster? I don't know. It's weird.
Unless they're jumping to future times.
Yeah.
Like, this to jump to another few hours, few hours. That's all. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
So that's going to be the plan, but they're like, we have to get onto the Klingon ship. And they're like, okay, when they come out of cloak for the first time, there's a little window where we can get people on the ship.
Yeah.
Then they came up with this, thing that makes to where their signatures won't show up as human.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little science touch. They probably should have used that before, but apparently they just...
now we have it.
They just invented it now.
Yeah.
And of course, Captain Lorca's like, okay, get a team together. And Lieutenant Tyler is like, me, Michael. And he's like, no, Michael can't go.
Again, with the Michael being so special.
And then even Michael goes, what's the deal? Why won't you want me to go? And then he kind of doesn't give an answer.
It's stupid.
Then this is another thing with Michael loves to do this. She berates her captain on the bridge in front of everyone.
If she were I always said this during the episode, if she were still on the other ship and she was first officer and subordinate did that to her captain, she'd be mad. She'd say something. So she should know better.
Of course, Michael, with all of her things, you're not using all your resources, and then he changes his mind. Michael can change any man's mind.
That's how good she is.
That's one of her secret powers.
And again, it's to the point now where I don't even care if I agree with her. It still annoys me how she does that, so easily. Okay.
And it's just on all these it's a lot of mind trickery. See, you should inspire your people to do better, but everyone seems to be kind of tricking them. She goes, you're not using your resources, so she kind of tricked the captain into letting her go.
Yeah, instead of saying, you know what, Captain, I've been on the Klingon ship before, which another thing...
For 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds. She's only there for 5 minutes, but this is an army I would have used. And, I know the Klingons, I know how they are. Sarek talked to me about them. I know a little more inside baseball. I could get in there, things get kind of haywire. At least give me that, not this, I go because I've been there for 5 seconds. I don't know.
And a little bit earlier before that, when the captain was talking to the head engineer, he kind of used an ego trip on him.
Yeah.
He goes like, oh, we'll do a bunch of mini jumps. Like, oh man, that's gonna F up my brain. Then he's like, oh, look at I know you're a scientist and you want to see what's possible. Like stroking his ego.
Yeah.
He can't just inspire him. He has to trick him into doing it.
So I don't like how Lorca does things.
But they did mention multiple universes, parallel worlds.
So I'm hoping
that the trick?
Yeah, I'm hoping this is a different thing from the main timeline. That would make this series more palatable for me.
It changes so much.
Yeah.
It does make it so much better.
I just hope so. We can only hope. Oh, it's a retelling in another universe. Okay, I get it now.
Because even when the captain was like, oh, if we can figure out this cloak, we can win the war and save millions of lives. That didn't really interest the engineer.
No.
What interested him was pushing science further.
Oh, yeah.
So he stroked that part of the engineer's ego.
The Starfleet officers should do things they're just told to do. I mean, that's what they usually do, unless it's something that's not illegal against, the Federation code of laws. But no, that wasn't the case.
So he's ordered to make the jumps, and then his doctor, husband, boyfriend is like, I'm going to be there to make sure that everything's going to be okay. And then Tilly, I don't want to. Okay, her words, not mine. Special needs Tilly goes, oh, I'm glad you told the doctor about your side effects. Then the doctor's like, what side effects? And then Tilly's like, oh, sorry.
I don't like the fact that she's used for that. It's annoying.
Yeah, to be the idiot.
It's idiots. Like again, I thought everyone that wrote for SJW shows were women are empowering, but no, they show her to be stupid. But then they do that too a lot.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I know it's a little off track. Like Squirrel Girl is like that in the comics.
Like she's an idiot, but also super successful.
It's weird.
But it's funny when a girl's acting stupid or does something really dumb. Like no, when anyone does something dumb, it's wrong.
Just dumb. Yeah.
So they're like, and of course the doctor's like, well, it doesn't matter anyways. We have to get doing whatever we got to get doing. We don't have time to worry about those side effects. And then Lorca gives like this speech about like, oh, we're like the cool, like you're not saying we're like the coolest ship in the Federation. And then he goes, when I first boarded the ship, you guys were all scientists, but now you're warriors. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I like that speech. It was weird.
Not only that,
now you're a bunch of killers.
Yeah. Also, they're the best fleet. I don't know. I think. Pike and Spock would disagree with you on that being the best crew in all Starfleet.
Only we can do this. I'm pretty sure if they had that same spore drive, they could figure it out.
I think
too.
Spock could do it. I mean, I'm pretty sure of that.
And then they go, okay, Klingon ship's inbound. Okay, boom. Then we get onto the Klingon ship, and the captain's talking about like, oh, they've only saved one ship. Oh, the humans are fools, and all that, Klingon big talk.
Yeah.
And then they're getting ready to the Enterprise ready. Not Enterprise. Why do I keep saying
Discovery.
that? The disco. So the disco crew, is getting to send over just Michael and Lieutenant Tyler. That's it.
Yeah.
And they take phasers instead of like the rifles. It's like
that. Remember how bad A those guys they had in the first episode with all those high-powered rifles? Where are those people at?
Only Michael and Lieutenant.
Yeah, I know.
So they're getting ready. As soon as they decloak, they get transported over there, and then they're like, okay, the fight's on. And the Discovery is just kind of like luring them away. So keep the fight going. Give them time to plant these beacons everywhere.
Yeah.
And, they're going, they're like, oh, they scan the ship. Okay, we have to put the beacons in these specific areas.
Yeah, and one of them's like in a cargo hold. And my goodness, it's the loudest, biggest thing.
This thing is the size of like a mini keg. I want to say it's probably, 2 feet tall and about a foot wide.
And again, that wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so bright and so loud.
Yeah.
My goodness. And there's a Starfleet singing on it. Yeah, they're not going to notice that.
Let's make it as least inconspicuous as possible. I'm surprised little flags came spinning out and shooting rockets in the air. What the heck is this?
Flag? Yeah, it's supposed to be incognito, kind of not inconspicuous, not freaking.
So they're scanning for the second point, but then Michael scans and sees a human signature because that admiral who got captured earlier is on that ship.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, we need to go save the admiral. Lieutenant's like, we got to do the mission. Of course, Michael, again, can change any man's mind. Changes his mind, which is, I agree
with her, but that's not the point,
Yeah,
though.
it's like, why couldn't the lieutenant say, hey, let's save this lady?
Yeah.
No, it has to be Michael's idea.
Because she knows everything.
She's cooler than everyone.
Oh, it's so annoying.
And then they basically find her, and I guess her legs are busted.
Yeah.
Like, she goes, I can't move my legs or whatever. And this is in that same area where all the dead bodies were.
Oh, it's so
super gross. And then Lieutenant sees that lady that had him captured, the other Klingon lady there, and he goes full-blown PTSD, like, shut down.
But it's, like, over the top, even worse than that.
It's way... He is deer in the headlights paralyzed.
Yeah, paralyzed. He's like a little kid. And he's my favorite character, but my goodness, he is almost like, I don't know what, like, man, guy, you have a mission. Snap out of it. What are you doing?
And right before they got to get into that room, Michael couldn't crack the code, but then Lieutenant Tyler goes, oh, I know how to do a thing, and he does it, and he hot wires it.
I don't know, but
he's a traitor?
either like he's a traitor, Or maybe what Crimson Sin was saying earlier, maybe that Klingon implants something in his brain.
Basically,
be a hit sleeper agent.
Because we haven't seen that original flame bearer guy, the
Torchbearer.
Yeah, he's the albino Klingon.
Yeah.
I don't forget his name. I'm assuming they must have put it like his consciousness or something in him, and he's going to overtake him because his captor lady is a little too into him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's so into him, because it's really that other Klingon
But
guy.
what's so also weird too about it is that how come the Klingons didn't kill her? Because remember, they took her off the ship. Why didn't they torture and kill her? They just kind of like roughed her up a little bit.
And they left her in that.
Another thing, her alive, but all the other Klingons are dead. They're in there. It's like, okay, that's stupid.
How
it's convenient.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
So he's after they get the door open, and then he's going through his PTSD thing, and Michael's trying to help the admiral, and she doesn't even know that he's going through this, because in the camera there's like that super close in on his eyeball, and he's all sweating, and
it's ridiculous.
And they show like mini flashes of like his torture scenes. It's super rated R.
It looks like something you see out of Hellraiser.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a sheet over, like a kind of like a
blood
plastic
everywhere
bag over his face. You see a friggin' saw. You see like a power drill thing, like spinner thing, and you see like blood on the thing. I'm just like, oh
yeah. And again, is this a whole Guantanamo Bay thing?
I don't know.
Thing? I don't know. Is that what they're trying to? I don't know.
Well, I mean, with these people, who knows? With these writers, probably. We can go that way.
So. He ends up shooting her, tasing her. I want to call it taser. Phased her out. She's down, and then the admiral's like. Of course, I guess they did establish that the admiral was a psychologist.
Yeah.
So she's like, he's suffering PTSD. He's not going to be able to help you. She sits him down, like, here, sit with the admiral. I'm going to go.
Gave her a phaser. There you go.
And said, hey, if someone shows up, do what you got to do. I got to finish the mission.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the man can't help because Michael has to go figure everything out. So she makes her. Oh, it goes back to the Discovery, and they're having a little ship battle, and they're moving around, and then they're starting to do.
Their jumps.
They do a bunch of little mini jumps to shoot all around the ship, which is kind of a cool move.
Yeah. First, they shoot like torpedoes at him, so that way he'll go cloaks, and then they can start their little thing.
They did that to show him like, oh, then the Klingon captain's like, oh, this is their secret or whatever. That is a pretty cool move. They can move all around the battlefield.
And the Klingons like, hey, there's something's going on. They need us here for some reason. Go to warp. Get us out of here.
They start doing that plan with the mini jumps.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand how that even works.
I'm assuming it's a time thing. It has to be.
And it's 133 jumps.
Yeah. And
the engineer guy's getting real effed up. He's like seeing things and imagining things, and you can tell it's jacking him up pretty bad. And then what they got to do, what they got to do. It's not like they can just stop. Yeah. Once this thing started, it's going to keep going.
We got to stop until we're done with it.
Admiral's talking to Tyler, like talking him down. Saying, breathe, you're just a reoccurring memory. It's not really happening. She's trying to talk him down. Then it's like, well, she was tortured and beat up and everything.
Yeah, nothing happened to her.
She doesn't have PTSD. But
because she's a woman, though.
Yeah, is that what they're saying? It's so, I can't put anything past these writers because they have yet to show a woman all this weakness.
No.
All the men have all these weaknesses.
It's like you know what it's like? If you ever want to watch a movie in the 1950s where like women were like, weaklings and the men were always strong, it's like that.
Yeah, they had to flip it.
It's complete reverse now.
It's just, and then Tyler's still all freaking out. Then the Klingons detect that there's been sabotage or something like that, so he orders those people to find that admin because he thinks it's her, to chop her legs off. I'm like, oh, jeez. Yeah. Like, jeez Louise, are going to just cut her legs off? And then Michael shoots one of the guys and says...
Because they're going to get out of there. He wants the warp.
And so I guess Michael was biding time.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm here to talk to the captain. Captain's like, oh... He's like, here, this communicator's translating Klingon.
Yeah, how come you're speaking Klingon?
Which they would have, translators anyways. Yeah. But she's like, oh, we want to talk. And then he's like, oh, is this why you brought your ship here? And of course, the Klingons are all awful. And they're talking, they're having a back and forth. Yeah. And then she basically says, well, I'm the one who, like, oh, where's the honor in taking a ship that wasn't yours? Where's the honor? This was Kovmo's ship or whatever. Basically, like...
But that would affect the Klingon, though. He would say, oh, it is honorable,
And then she's like, oh, I'm the one who killed him. It was me. Klingons start coming into the room, and she's like, I need your help. And he's still she starts shooting him off and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but then before that, he also then he has an image of Michael in his head when he was together with it. And all of a sudden, he gets out of it because he thought about Michael. That's what was enough for him to get out of it. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, because, again, Michael heals all wounds. Michael Burnham, the healer of all things. And then he's like... well, I have to thank you. If it wasn't for you starting this war, I wouldn't be able to rise to my power. Yeah. And he's kind of being like a jerk about it.
Yeah.
And he has like the badge of, what's her face?
Like the captain.
It wasn't called the Sururu. What was the name of their ship? It was a weird name. I forget.
Oh,
it's a Japanese name.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, he has her badge, and he's like, "Oh, I use it to pick my teeth." He's being a jerk, right?
Another thing also is weird too when the Devil Universe channels. I remember him saying, "Oh, well, that's just another trait of you trying to interfere in our laws because you have communicators so you can understand." It's like, why would that be a bad thing? I
know, right? It's just like a.
It may make it so we can talk to each other. I think that makes it easier.
That's so horrible. You shouldn't be able to talk to me.
Yeah, no.
So since she's like basically chatting him up, she's biding time for the Discovery to finish its jumps. Then Michael challenges the captain to like an honor battle.
Yeah.
And like, oh, the Klingon accepts. I'm like, oh, so the Klingon captain's gonna fight Michael in like knife combat.
Yeah, because you killed that Klingon that was a big guy captain, so now if you want to challenge me, I have to accept it.
One of the few Klingon things that happen that actually makes sense.
And I didn't mind, like, oh wow. I was like I said, there's good things in this episode that just get bogged
But like
down.
all the weird PTSD thing, he's like, it's a little intense.
It was too much.
Because wasn't this PTSD triggered when he was first escaping and then he saw her?
Yes.
But it only triggered the second time, but not the first time. I'm not the grand old master of how PTSD works, and I do know it varies from person to person. But it just seemed a little freaking convenient in the storyline.
What gets me is that they would have ways of taking care of that, though. I mean, especially in Kirk's time.
And he never told anyone about it, though.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
So they finally finish up all 133 jumps or whatever, but the captain's like, "Well, they're not even firing on us. They're not even moving. Something must be happening because the captain's fighting Michael."
Yeah.
And Michael, of course, she's kind of holding her own. Yeah, as nice as it is to see Michael kind of get beat up a little bit, like smacked around a little bit.
I know, it's like, yeah, she's not perfect. No, I'm just kidding. We hate to say that, but it just has that feeling like, my goodness.
So then, the 5 minutes comes up and they're like, okay, we can transport everyone out. Lieutenant's like, okay, I'm here. Admiral.
But they called Taylor first, like, why don't they call Michael? But I guess Taylor is head of security. I can let that slide.
Lieutenant Tyler's like, oh, it's I'm down here with the Admiral that went missing. Okay, and then Michael's on the bridge. They go, okay, we'll transport you out first. They're getting transported. Klingon lady jumps on him, so she gets transported with them to the Discovery. Then Michael, of course, has to say her like one-liners, snatches that badge off him, jumps off the thing, and gets teleported away.
Oh, yeah, she's that cool. Yeah,
because she's so cool. Like, she timed it just freaking right. So then the captain's like, Klingon, all pissed off and everything.
Yeah.
And then this part's kind of it's funny to me personally because it's so action movie.
And it's so unlike Star Trek.
Yeah. See, then they find out how to see the shield. They see through the cloak. They fire torpedoes at it. He puts his eye drops in
Before.
first.
It's like,
let me get my eyes ready.
It's something like out of like Spaceballs. It's so stupid.
He puts his eye drops in first, right? And they shoot. They shoot it. They blow up the ship. They kill that guy. They blow up the.
So I guess they're not part of the
ship
story anymore.
Dead. And then as the ship's blowing up, Captain Lorca turns away and he's walking away.
He looks at Michael and he walks away. That's not what Starfleet.
He walks off the bridge.
He wouldn't do that
because cool guys never look at explosions. Like, what the heck? It was so weird, and everything's in slow mo.
I want him to do like the Saturday Night Live Fever movie with John Travolta strut. He's all, what is this?
I'm surprised he didn't high five Michael on the way out. Bam.
That's so.
It was too action movie.
Yeah. Well, part of okay, that's it. He'd sit there, and Janeway would just sit there. Cisco would just sit there. That's what you do as a captain. You wouldn't act like, oh, that was cool. Yeah, it was so dumb. Yeah. And then the next scene you have that same Admiral Vulcan guy's talking to Captain Lorca, and he's like, thanks to you. You helped the thing. You saved that planet. Now we have this data to help get to the cloak. Because I guess the Klingons were all cloaking. They were headed for the Federation space. They were just all on Mars, so now they can detect them now. So see, I don't know if that's true yet because remember he said we'll compile the data and we'll have it to you in like 19 hours. Yeah. Maybe everything that happens at the end of the episode they haven't gotten it back to Federation space yet. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So maybe they don't have that. So maybe that's their way of getting around the fact that no other Federation ship has this. Well, will not be selling this ship just destroyed. That's why they don't have any of this stuff. Yeah. That would at least make some more sense, but we'll see. And then Mike meets with Lieutenant Tyler, and then he's like, he's in his robe and everything. He's still going through all that trauma. Yeah. And then she's like, basically, talk to me. I'm Michael. I can heal all your wounds. Then he kind of says without so many words that basically this lady was my captor and the only way for me to live was to let her sleep with me. So basically endure rape so I don't die. Yeah. And he said I did what I had to do to survive. Yeah. And then Michael, he never says it outright, but Michael basically figures out, she was basically raping you every night. Yeah. But it was better than being tortured and killed. Yeah. Which I don't know because Klingons, their mating rituals are pretty torturous. So I don't know. She don't look like the Klingons in the old shows. Okay, she's kind of I'm saying like having a Orokai basically bed you every night. Ugh, jeez. So he goes and breaks down and he's all crying and this is another stupid thing that brings the episode down.
And they're like, oh, we saved the Emerald. We blew up the ship. We did it. No, Michael, you did it. Oh, jeez. Of course. Only Michael. She's the only one who did anything.
Yeah, you guys.
Not the engineer.
The engineer.
No, not even.
And no, he's messed up beyond 7 ways from Sunday here. And I should say 6 ways, I guess is the saying. And I know he's worried about his thing. That was in the past. He just went through this. And who cares about the engineer?
No,
right?
It was Michael. It's her victory.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Not the captain for deciding to disobey orders to do it. No, none of them. They deserve no credit. It's all her because she's that special.
So Lieutenant is crying, like a little baby.
And Michael Byrne just shed a tear. I mean, you actually see some vulnerability from Michael
and then we get a slow pan out, and I thought that was going to be the end of the episode. And then we had the engineers talking to the captain, and they're like in the cargo bay area, and it looks super fake.
Yeah.
It just looks fake.
I thought that the first scene when you see the ship fly the planets, that looked kind of cool.
Yeah, the outside, so the ships are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Inside the cargo bays, when you can see that those boxes are CGI, that transport ship's CGI.
That's too much CGI. You got to have some practical stuff too. You got to have some stuff, bud.
And then the captain's talking to and again, the captain does something a captain would do. It's like, they wanted to give me a medal, and he's like, you know what? I told them to give it to you because it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be able to do this. Lorca,
that's the first time a man's been praised on the show.
Yeah.
It's just like you want to celebrate, right?
Gotta be the gay guy, right?
Yeah, no, hey, that's fine. I'll take it.
It's so weird because it's like, whoa, Captain Lorca is doing something I could imagine Picard doing, that I can imagine Cisco doing. Janeway would do
Archer.
this. It's like, wow, he's finally acting like an actual captain.
Yeah.
But then the engineer's like, I thank you for letting me seeing the space for what it's worth. I can see through the eyes that no one else has ever seen. He's like, well, I can do a jump and get us back to the base. They're like, no, that's just do warp. I don't want to put you there. I want to get everyone back safe, but I'm only going to do one jump.
Yeah, and then he said, no, I meant this is it.
He's like, no more forever. Because he goes, my brain is all messed up, and they need to study my brain to see what's going on with me.
Yeah.
Then the captain kind of has a look in his eye like, is he not? Then he goes back to Lorca. Is he a bad guy, Lorca?
Yeah, like Lorca.
I don't trust him.
Lorca, again, I don't like this back and forth. I want my captains to be, especially if they're the main captains of the show, to be honorable. I don't like this wishy-washy kind of, is he good, is he bad kind of stuff. Because again, he had a look at would he mess him up so he can't leave this
I know.
I can't trust him or his brain's going to be all...
I can't trust this captain. Every time he does something like the whole metal thing, then he does something like this because he just has that weird look in his eye.
Why is it this series has that weird pattern of, okay, like every time they criticize Michael, they have to praise it right afterwards. Every time they go for something good, he's got to do something bad. It's like, I don't get it.
It's like there's like an underlayer of insidiousness with Captain Lorca. We get another scene where Lieutenant Tyler is having nightmares. And then, spoiler alert, you get to see some naked Klingon. You get to see some Klingon breasts.
Right, yeah, great looking Klingons that believe me, it wasn't sexy at all.
No, this is monstrous. Like I don't know, it looked like a sex scene with a xenomorph. It was because there's a lot of flashing lights, and it's like, well, that's just so inappropriate.
Well, it's so weird. So basically, she didn't rape him there. She took him to her chamber.
Yeah, like every night.
But it was so weird. They had normal sheets. Don't Klingons like sleep like on just hard like?
Maybe she did it for him.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, Klingons usually just sleep on hard slabs. They don't have sheets and pillows and all that.
Yeah, and it's just that weird nightmare sequence, and it goes on for what 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to see this.
And we thought, me and Chris thought maybe he's really having sex with Michael.
But
she was just staying to comfort him.
Yeah, she was like laying on the couch,
like a friend. Thing. It wasn't like that.
And then go back to Lieutenant after his whole nightmare scene. He goes to go see his former captor in the brig or whatever.
In the brig. Why are they letting her see her? I mean, they should have said no.
But he's head of security. But they should have took his clearances away.
Yeah, at least for that, you can't see this world. Especially after the way you act over there. Why wasn't he relieved of duty so he can get help? Yeah.
And so he goes there and like falls to his knees. What did you do to me? It's like, okay, another man on his freaking knees begging a woman again. Yeah. So, and this is where I'm starting to think that my theory of the fact that they put that guy's mind or consciousness into him, she's like, well, I'll never let them hurt you. And it's like, why would they hurt you? Like, how are you going to protect me?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, super weird. And then she's like, oh, you'll know soon enough.
Well, the thing I understand about this Klingon woman, there's too many conveniences. Mm-hmm. How does she know to be in the right place, the right time, where Discovery's going to be on that ship? How does she know all that?
That she would survive and be put in that same place where the Admiral was.
Yes, I understand she's the, what do they call her, the queen of deception. But guys, that's stupid. There's too many conveniences, too many things for it to happen for her to get to this point.
And so like people in the comments have said before, when Michael and the lieutenant are together, it seems so forced and doesn't seem natural. And I thought that about the engineer and the doctor, but during this last jump, they actually kiss and like, well, they actually feel like a real couple.
And then before he just says, "I love you" and "I love you too," so like, okay, it's fine.
That relationship seemed more real than any of the other relationships in the show so far. So good on them. They actually went and said, okay, they're a couple and they kissed.
Yeah, let's get that. We knew it, but why all the pretense? But whatever. At least they admitted it, and there you go.
They're getting ready to do their final jump. Something goes wrong. But it just seemed like, it almost made me feel like the captain did it.
But it's weird, before this, they did this board drive, the captain was on his pad doing something. I never seen him do that before.
Did he sabotage the jump?
But why would he do that?
Because he never wants to stop fighting.
Maybe.
Because the captain has PTSD. He has to always be in a war, I think.
I don't know.
Because would Captain Lorca be a captain in Next Generation that was, studying stars and meteors and planets and helping? He's at war. He has to always be at war.
So what better place to being a part of the galaxy where they're hostile aliens? Who knows?
We'll see when it messes up and they do like a partial jump.
Yeah.
And they end up somewhere and they don't know where they're at. There's wreckage all around them, so they don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
And engineer guy's eyeballs are all jacked up and he's like speaking gibberish, and so that's basically the end of the episode. They don't know where they're at. They kind of ripped off Voyager in a little bit, so they're lost in space, basically.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. And I guess we don't have another episode till January.
So I'm waiting until, like, after next season when that Klingon becomes the head engineer, like in Voyager, like B'Elanna Torres.
Yeah.
Another Klingon, another engineer.
So they're going to be... So, to wrap up what happened, I'm thinking, okay, they blew up the head Klingon ship. I don't know if they sent out that cloaking algorithm. I don't know if they sent it out.
I don't know, but how far away are they? Are they like tens of thousands of light years?
No idea.
Weird.
So we don't know what's going on with Lieutenant Tyler. I'm assuming he has the consciousness of that Klingon guy in him.
It's almost like at this point, I wish we can get rid of the writers they have now and get real Star Trek writers. They could actually maybe do something with some of these premises, but they get bogged down with stupid little Michael. It's perfect. Oh, Michael, you can't go. Michael, you're the one that did everything.
This is your victory, Michael.
Well, no, it's the Federation's victory.
You take all of that pandering out. It's a pretty solid episode.
This would have been, I swear, Dare, 7.5, maybe an 8. But now it's a 6 because of all that.
Judging it against all of Trek, it's like a 4 or a 3.
But this series, it's a 6.
And just in the series of Discovery, all in its own little... 6.5. I think it's probably the best episode.
Yes.
I'd give it that of this. But if I had a list of every Trek episode ever, none of these episodes even get anywhere close to even any of the other episodes in most of the series.
No. Because guess what? Special effects aren't on everything, guys.
Then again, the ships look cool. The battles look cool.
Yeah.
Caveat, the Klingon ships look like garbage. The Federation ships look cool.
And then their escape pod looks like a fish a goldfish.
I liked the jumping and shooting. That was a cool little tactic. Yeah. I'm just saying, the overall trying to use more science to solve the problem.
And it was still not fully explained, but at least it was more, okay, at least, it's like they're trying. I know, it feels like when your kid first trying to learn how to ride a bike and he's getting it, but not quite okay, at least he's giving an effort. It's not just, we're doing it, we're not going to explain it, we're just doing it. Well, that's not Star Trek.
Anyone can explain to me how doing mini jumps makes that thing go faster unless they're bending time or something?
Yeah. But I'm hoping maybe they jump to another reality. That would be interesting. Yeah,
then they're like in a, you want to say, Terran Empire type,
That would be, you know what? I would actually be cool.
And then they're lost forever in time and they never know what happened to Discovery.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they don't have the Spore Drive, the Federation. Maybe that's why they don't have, the cloaking frequency and all that.
They did play a little preview for the next episode, but that's not going to be till like January. Yeah. So we're done with...
Thank you.
With reviews,
I have to say.
It's been a bumpy ride. A lot of laughs, which are fun.
Yeah, but not laughs that were intended to be laughs, though. That's what makes it bad.
We get men being raped. That's fun in the Trek series. We got to have that. Superwoman solves everything. She can kick Klingon butt. She's you can tell me anything and I can pat you on the head and you feel better.
Why don't they watch the series of Voyager? That's a female captain and they wrote her perfectly. They wrote her the way a female captain should be. Where she makes mistakes, but she's a Federation captain. She's confident like that. Not she solved everything. She's perfect. No,
this is Michael's victory. Again, the captain's very. He never wants to send Michael to do anything, but he never explains why. Is this his kid?
I don't know.
Is his daughter? We don't know why. Because he didn't say when she wanted to go on the away mission to go plant the sensors, he's like, "No, you're not going. You're too valuable." Valuable for what?
Why? I want a reason because it's annoying the heck out of me.
Because she's super smart.
I don't. But she's.
There's other smart people on the ship.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're telling me she's smarter than Suru? No way. His alien race, he's probably way smarter. Are you kidding?
Yeah, and then that engineer guy's crazy smart. Yeah. So I don't know that she's a black woman on the bridge. I don't know. Why is she so dang important?
It's so annoying. I just want an answer. I mean, hopefully this coming up we get an answer because it just annoys the heck out of me.
And since this is kind of like a season mid-break, you brought up something that kind of resonated with me in my mind that happens in other shows. There's no showcase episodes.
No.
We never learned anything about anyone else on the bridge.
No.
We learned stuff about Suru, the lieutenant, Michael, and the captain.
And a little bit about Taylor. That's it. But we didn't get the individual episodes like on Next Generation and when also recently Orville excellently does showcase episodes. You have to have that.
There's that black chick with the weird hairdo. I don't even know if she has a name. You have that weird android robot lady.
Yeah.
You have the other lady who got injured. And she has like
she was on the other ship,
We learned nothing. These have no personality, nothing.
So when the captain says, exactly. When the captain says, "Oh, you're the basically the finest crew," well, I don't care.
How do we know?
I don't know. I don't care about any of these people.
We learned nothing about these characters. Stupid. Absolutely nothing.
That's not how you do a Star Trek show. Again, if you're doing generic Star Wars, fine. This isn't a Star Wars.
Battlestar Galactica.
You could do that. Not Star Wars.
No, not Trek. Not Trek. You got to do a better job of making us care about the crew.
No.
So, I guess that kind of wraps it up. It's the best episode of the series.
That's not saying
Still a very poor episode as everything.
Yeah.
If you count all the Trek, it's pretty low.
But at least I could say it's a quarter step in the right direction. Just get rid of all the stupid praising Michael Burnham stuff.
And just like the virtue signaling type stuff.
And the PTSD, like, it's not that extreme. He wouldn't act like that. That was a little much.
This was a thing, and I kind of made a joke, but it's funny, but not funny, but I like dark humor. When basically the Admiral lady was saying her legs don't work anymore, I'm like, oh, she's going to end up like Captain Pike. She's going to be in that little thing.
And just little beeps. And a little bumping beep, beep. One for no, two for yes.
Yeah, I know. She's going to end up just like Pike did. Like, that would have been...
They're back side by side.
But they did say, oh, she'll make a full recovery, so she's going to be fine. So that wraps up the mid-season.
Yeah, but another thing I want to say is, what's with all the hidden agenda still?
Yeah.
Captain Lookalike has agenda. Now, Klingon, well, I know she's the enemy. He had definitely agenda. Taylor looks like he's kind of part of it, doesn't realize it. All these agendas going on. I don't like it.
And again, this is, it was episode 9, episode 8?
Episode 9, I think.
Yeah, just a super bumpy, a super rough road.
Yeah. What was the name of the episode again?
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods, yeah.
So I guess that kind of plays on to what went through with the engineer because he's saying, I can see all the pathways opening up. So I guess it's like a forest because they explained it to it's like vines and all that.
It reminds me like when Cisco being, when his mom, whatever, and he got like those visions because his mom was part of the Prophets, the wormhole aliens, and he started to perceive things. But again, a human body can't take all that. It doesn't have the capacity to do all that.
So I'm wondering how long this Lost in Space arc's going to last. Is it going to be the rest of the season?
It can't be the whole series.
No, because then that's just Voyager again.
Yeah.
Voyager with the Klingon that's a bad guy and a lieutenant.
Well, they had a Klingon. It's not Voyager. She's going to be the engineer, like I said.
They just switch it up.
She's wearing the same outfit. Just call me Balana Torres. Okay. What this is.
Send Lieutenant Tyler to my room. I have to speak with him.
You'll become Paris now, homie.
Yeah, I know, right? You just switch it all up. So, overall, it's still, again, I can't recommend it.
No, we're watching because we're doing reviews for it, but honestly, guys, I'm probably never watching these episodes again.
No, I'm never watching them.
And I cannot tell you how many times I've rewatched the other Star Trek episodes. I've seen those series a dozen times already.
Easy,
that's why I like all of them.
Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, for me, I've seen about a dozen times.
I've also watched those two plus Voyager, Enterprise.
Yeah, I've seen Voyager and then episodes here and there. Yeah. But I could sit and hit play on Next Generation and watch episodes every day and not feel like I'm being tortured.
No, I mean, they're so enjoyable. I mean, it'll take me about a good month, but I can get through them. I get through all of them.
I don't ever want to do this for Discovery. I don't ever want to see an episode ever. Any of these episodes, none of them make me want to watch them again.
No. This one could have potential for it, but they had
all those little things just... and they're unnecessary.
No, very.
Would the story been any better or worse if they didn't have to praise Michelson and all that? Would that have been worse? No, it would have just been fine.
What if all right, we'll send Michael Taylor there, and there you go, and that'd been the end of it. He didn't say nothing, and she just went. How about that? Can we just have that? Yeah,
it's our victory, but you did help me out a lot. No, see, it's all in the wording, and it's all in the timing, and it just was blah, and I didn't like any of that.
No, it just guys, in the next part, we got to stop. We got to stop all that.
There's just that break, and maybe we're gonna start getting some more of that again. When they couldn't find out where they were at, but no star mapping or anything.
The star charts would be able to find out within a minute. I mean, I know everything's haywire, but they'd find out pretty quick. And not only that, you could just look at the stars and just map it out and realize where you're at.
I guess again, first thing is like, okay, get some probes out there and start,
yeah,
so we can kind of triangulate where the heck we're at.
Yeah.
But if there's, how far away do you think they are?
If anything, if they're still clear as Benicor, I'm hoping they're another reality. That would be cool.
That would change everything.
That would be so friggin' cool. I hope they do that.
Because it makes it, anything that happens in the series is of no consequence.
Yeah, it would be fine. That would be
It's
cool.
a nice what-if story.
Yeah, I would like that. Then I say, okay, I'll excuse the first part a little bit if they're in another reality now. Like I said, wouldn't it be cool if they're in the Terran Empire or like in just another... That would be cool. Or the normal Star Trek universe. That would be funny.
Yeah,
the main one.
Did you see it?
Did you see Kirk's ship?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, again, to wrap everything up, I don't have really anything else.
No, that's basically all I was want to say. But knowing what I just said, I guarantee that's not going to.
Oh yeah,
that would just be too cool if they did that.
Since we're gonna have a huge break away from Discovery, that's why kind of this episode's a little bit longer.
Yeah,
we'll do our favorite episodes.
We'll do top 10, even though there's 9 episodes.
Yeah, we'll do a top 10, even though there's only 9 episodes.
I don't know if we'll do that. It'll be funny.
And if we do something, it's gonna be tongue in cheek. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of good comments. Go back and forth. Some of the comments go haywire a little bit, but you know what? At least we're talking.
Yeah. And literally, I remember, I'm going to say this, I've even mentioned it before, like in a forum post, but someone said on the forum post, like, this is the best Star Trek series ever. Okay, if you don't count Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, the cartoon, every series, fanfics, then maybe it'd be the best. And the movies. There you go. Which is everything.
Oh, that's just weird. That people, again, you can't say it's the best ever. That's just ridiculous.
I mean, if I've had an argument, some people think this is better than Enterprise. I don't agree. But the first season of Enterprise, you can kind of make an argument. But the last 2 seasons of Enterprise were good.
Yeah, to get the Xindi War, it was fun.
Oh, Xindi War, the time things.
Yeah,
you get to see the Orion Circuit be the Orion Circuit. You saw the Klingons, how they became, they look on the original series, but apparently that changed again.
So, it's been fun, guys. Leave all your comments.
Fun with quotation marks, I guess.
If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't even watch these episodes. I guess that's a horrible thing to say, but it is.
Yeah, let's just say that I love Star Trek, and this is definitely a ding on it. It really is. It is, guys.
It's a blemish. You scratched the Corvette. There's a little scratch on it now.
But we got to stop the damage.
Maybe we can buff it out, and no one will notice.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything else.
I can't either.
So thanks for watching. I've been your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.